people are financially healthy, they cannot perform in their day-to-day lives. Right? People equate investing with trading, with gambling, with speculating, but it isn't. Right? They should use AI to scale and not to cost cut.
Hi, I'm Anubhav from Bharat 2.0 Conclave, an initiative by Business Viewpoint and Enterprise World magazine. Today with us on the red carpet, we have Dr. Tania Ahuja, CEO of NoBias Finance India. Welcome, ma'am. It's a pleasure to host you.
Thank you for having me.
My first question for you is, how do platforms like Bharat 2.0 Conclave help amplify the impact you're trying to create?
I think what Bharat 2.0 is doing is bringing the leaders together to think about how to take Bharat from 2.0 to maybe 3.0, which is quite inspiring. The conversations have been great. And how does it help me? It really helps me in figuring out what should be next steps. How do I play a role in taking Bharat to 3.0?
Amazing. That's a great answer, ma'am. How do you think this nomination will motivate or inspire your team working with you?
So we are inspired, honestly, by the problem, right? India really, so what we do is we're trying to democratize access to young people, young employees in India. And we really feel that this is very badly needed, because unless people are financially healthy, they cannot perform in their day-to-day lives, right? They cannot focus on their careers. They cannot focus on making the impact that they actually can do. So that's what we're trying to do. Take the stress out of people's own personal finance. Teach them how to not take loans, to invest instead of in SIPs instead of EMIs. SIP Sahi Hai is a great, Narendra Modi came up with that, and I think it is something that is going to, that does resonate. But helping them decide which mutual fund, why are they, especially for the last 1 year, as you know, the markets haven't moved, people are stressed, and they don't need to be stressed if they have their emergency fund. So these are all parts. This idea of financial planning is very new in India. People equate investing with trading, with gambling, with speculating, but it isn't, right? Managing your money needs to be a planned, exercise. Yeah. So that is really something what we're trying to do. So, and I really think that, and that's why I, as a leader, inspire the people in my company. So, to think about all these people who do not have a plan, who are making mistakes, falling into traps, all kinds of financial traps, from debt traps, from, with too much EMIs, or ULIP traps, where they're buying insurance that is mixed with investing. So there are really so many traps in finance if you don't know what you're doing. And that's what we are really trying to do. Yeah.
Amazing. That was a great answer. Where do you see the biggest untapped opportunity in Bharat 2.0 narrative?
For me or for Bharat?
According to you, for Bharat.
The biggest opportunity?
Yeah.
I think the biggest opportunity is the demographic dividend, right? India has the largest number of young people. 60% of the world's 30-year-olds are sitting in India, right? They're also very curious, very hungry for information. They're also technologically getting more and more savvy by the day. IT is, all the big companies in the world have their global capability centers in India. So I really do feel like the biggest, what's really going to be the big engine driving Bharat 2.0 is going to be the demographic dividend. But harnessing that potential is not an easy task. And I really feel I'm doing my bit to help these young people, as I told you, with their personal finances.
Excellent. Moving on to the next round, which is a rapid fire round. A book every Indian CEO or leader must have on their desks.
I think it's not an Indian book, sadly, but it is by Daniel Kahneman. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow. It is one of my favorite books, and it basically reminds leaders not to react, but to pause and let their analytical brain kick in and then decide how to respond. So I think a lot of people, think fast, and that's great. If you're in danger with a lion facing you, but in business life, you need to slow down. And I think telling leaders to slow down is a very difficult thing to do. And so reading that book forces them to slow down, right?
Excellent. The biggest distractions for leaders today.
I think the biggest distraction I think right now is AI. It's being used like a buzzword, and everybody's trying in a big race to try to use AI in their work. It doesn't. I would much rather they look at people around them and be more strategic about the use of people and AI instead of just looking at it from a point of view of cost cutting, but more as a point of view of scaling. Do you know what I mean? They should use AI to scale and not to cost cut.
That was a really interesting take on AI, which is very new. A habit you broke to become a better leader.
I think thinking slow.
Excellent. If you had to write one tagline for Bharat 2.0 Conclave, what would it be?
I think harness the demographic dividend. Focus on them. Do whatever it takes to make sure that they get jobs that they feel fulfilled in. Making sure that financial education, what I provide, also healthcare, is AAA, right? As one of the speakers mentioned, it needs to be accessible, affordable, and accountable. If Bharat 2.0 can focus on these three A's and on the demographic dividend, which is the young people between the age of 25 and 35, I think India will be a shining star for the rest of the world.
Excellent. One last thing, ma'am, we have
Okay.
a box question. So can you please pick out one?
Okay. You're going to open this?
Yeah, I'll just thank you. What is the most overrated piece of leadership advice you constantly hear?
Okay. I know all the answers that as a leader, you're expected to know everything. I think, you should have the last word. I think that's the biggest. I disagree. I really think, again, the whole idea of thinking slow is group thinking. Really, there's always an answer there, and sometimes you cannot make a decision right there. You need to take time out, examine everything, talk to everybody, and then make a decision. So I think I think that would be my.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.